the Cypriot problem is not even near to be solved. There are huge questions around the bailout. No one actually knows by how much the Cypriot economy will contract by, will shrink by. Therefore, it's very difficult to work out a bailout package, a support package, when everything is so uncertain. So this Cyprus story will run for a very long time.
It's not just Cyprus causing grief either. Next stop, Slovenia, where a new government is dealing with an old problem, the banks.
Everyone is now looking for the next Cyprus. Who's next in line for a Eurozone bailout? And clearly the strongest contender is probably Slovenia, which is stuck with the banking sector, which holds a lot of toxic debt and so forth, that they can't get off its books. And the government there is probably not rich enough to bail out its own banking system. So we're looking probably at another bailout at some point for Slovenia, but probably a very limited one.
Beyond the Eurozone's stumbles from one crisis to another remains the big question about the UK's relationship with the EU. For so long it's been seen by many in Brussels as the embarrassing uncle at the Christmas party, plonked on the sofa, grumbling away and irritating plenty of others in the European family. But some point out the gap between the German and British perspective on all things European Union isn't that wide and is bridgeable, once that is, all those guten tags and hellos are out of the way.
Now, when British and German politicians sit down to talk, they spend about 30 minutes, 40 minutes just coming to terms with what language to use, how to communicate with each other past the ideology and all of this. But when it actually comes down to the policy discussion, they agree. They tend to agree. For example, on the need to strengthen national parliaments, make the EU more democratic, on the need to cut down and reform the European Union budget.
So the music's jolly, the scenery's pretty, but do you still wish you were here? This Englishman's home this weekend is a German castle, but Europe's direction is no walk in the park.